Aries, welcome to your July 2024 message of the month from Spirit. If you guys would like more of me, you can of course book a personal reading. The link for that is in the description. And I also go live for free every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time on Instagram and Facebook. So that is also an option. I always like to get you guys the information just to help you get happy, hear what you need to hear so you can take the next step in your life, so you can get some forward positive movement in your life, and of course your action plans so that you enjoy the journey to your manifestation. So without further ado, let's see what July is all about for you. So July, in terms of the soul level lesson, you got the Page of Earth. So that means there's a little bit of a need to have a more like playful approach to life, more playful approach to relationships, work, just like to life, just a little bit more of like an energetic zest for life again. So it's like reawakening. It doesn't have to be like all work, and so that then you could play. Because if you're not having fun in the making of the money for the vacation, you're not going to have fun on the vacation. And so, you know, if this is applying to your love life, one great mindset switch that I love to help clients with is, instead of like being hyper vigilant, trying to figure out where's it going, how's he feeling, thinking now, it's show me who you are. Let me discover who you are. And if you can kind of keep that curious approach for like the first, at least like 3 months, show me who you are. What do you like on a day when you didn't have a good day at work? Show me who you are when you had a great day at work. Show me who you are when you didn't get what you wanted. If you just have that like show me who you are, it's going to keep you in that curious, very attractive state. It's going to actually help you build a relationship. Instead of microanalyzing what are they doing, do they like me, how much do they like me, let me ask them this request to see how they respond. It's going to be more of a, so show me who you are when you have a bad day. And then when you have that curious approach and you just like have that open energy space, they'll share about their day and you could be like, oh, are you needing like a little massage? Oh, would it be cheer you up if I made you a meal? Would it be, that's the development of the relationship right there, when it's, can I care for you? Can you care for me? Can you manage me? Can I manage you? When he's stressed, is this manageable for me? Do I like caring for him when he's stressed? That's what's going to get you a real relationship, instead of the entitled, I know my worth, she should be doing this, he should be doing that, and like sitting back for let me see how much they like me. No, it's show me who you are. Let me see who I am around you when you're stressed. So your soul level lesson is like a more playful, energetic approach to life again. And what's crossing that is the Four of Air. And the Four of Air is the ultimate, you need a break, and not just a weekend break. You need like a week off. You need like a vacation. So sometimes it can help to take like an overnighter, a 2 or 3 day weekend getaway, like to get into a different energy altogether. And it could even be, if there's like a normal trail that you walk on, but there's one that you haven't, go do, don't do the closest mile loop to you. Go to this further one. It could just at least get something new to kind of like just get you back to that excitement. And so that also indicates that you're definitely like overworking a bit. If your advice is to be more playful in life, but what's crossing it is you need a break. So you're putting too much emphasis on work right now, quite frankly, Aries. And that means like work's not going to be as fun. When it's not as fun as enjoyable, you don't want to do it as much. You're not as in alignment, so you're not going to get the kind of results that you used to get. So it's not that you need to work harder to get the results. Like let's say you're a YouTube reader. It's not that I just need to pump out more videos. That's only going to exhaust you and burn you out even more. Instead, it's all right, universe, I need a way where I enjoy making these videos and the content I have to make. Show me a new way to run my business in a way where I make as much money as I'm making right now and I enjoy it even more. Because it looks like in your day-to-day life, how this is like impacting like just your physical human day-to-day life. You got the Moon cards. This means you're like completely lacking clarity in life. You're lacking direction in life. And it can be those moments too where you're like, damn, even a hookup doesn't cheer me up anymore. Doesn't cheer me up anymore. Oh man, like even going to the movies doesn't make me happy anymore. But it's because you're like overexhausted and you work too much. There's just a little bit too much emphasis and focus on money. And recognize too that the fuel for your business, the fuel for your work was to like show other people wrong, prove them wrong, show them how much better you have it. And like, so anytime you have that as your source of fuel, it's like putting water in your car. It might run for a while, but eventually it's going to like, and stop. Or putting like the wrong grade of fuel in your car. It will run, but the engine will die out sooner than if you put the appropriate fuel in it. So you're just kind of starting to running on fumes because your source of motivation, your why, as Simon Sinek calls it, was like prove other people wrong, but you've already proved them wrong. So that's why it's not a good fuel source for you anymore. You got to switch to something more positive. Like, well, I just like making lots of money for this reasons. But it looks like there just overall needs to be a little bit more of a harmony in relationships while also running your business. Because guys, like relationships can be a very motivating and fueling source. It could be, well, I want my partner to be able to go to that ballet they really want to go to. Let me go make that video to make the money to take them. Then you're doing it for I want to do this for this good thing. So you'll look forward to doing it. You'll look forward to gifting it to them. They'll be in a state of appreciation of thank you. It will just kind of like all around be good, to be honest. So it's changing your source of fuel for your motivation for work and business. In terms of in the recent past, you got the 8 of air. So that means it's kind of like well, I built my castle, gotta live in it. I dug my hole, gotta live in it. Well, this is how I set my life up, gotta do it. There's just like I don't want to say trapped, but there's just this like, well, it is what it is. This is what I got to do. I got to like feed myself. When in the current moment, I don't think you're aware of this, Aries. You got the Unity Upright Major Arcana card. And that's where it's like, what's going to fuel you and nourish you right now isn't more business success. It's relationships where you feel like they got your back. It's really about like letting go of the fight that you like to have in relationships. It's letting go of that. I like it when they fight back. It turns me on a bit. Like it might turn you on, but that's like a source of stress that overall is going to like deplete you a bit. And it is exhausting to always have to fight and to get that rallied up. It's like your body can't handle that stress forever. Even Elon Musk has said, all this work I've been doing these late nights, it's taking a toll on my body. So that's what's happening. And you're like, oh, I just got to get that like new level of success to get happy again. That's dopamine when like what your soul's yearning for is like, is a little bit of oxytocin that comes from relationships, cuddling, kissing, relationships. But also in your near future, you got the High Priestess. So that also means you're needing some serotonin. And these are just like the happiness hormones. There's 4 of them. You could Google it. Endorphins comes from like running and working out. Dopamine comes from achieving something, accomplishing something, which is what you're used to being fueled on. Oxytocin is the happiness hormone when it's like exchanged from relationships and love. Serotonin is like from meditation. And so what you need right now is more harmonious relationships so that you feel like you have that person that you could call to like, dude, I just got 10,000 more subscribers. And them going, way to go. That's going to being cheered on by someone is what's going to fuel you right now instead of just ha ha ha, I'm proving all those people wrong. And going into your future, the High Priestess. So it is a little bit more of like your intuition is trying to guide you and tell you what to do, but you've been ignoring it. And because it's kind of like when you're so used to enjoying relationships that have like fight in them, and your intuition is telling you, harmony, pick the good girl. You're like, no, that doesn't turn me on. Intuition, you're dumb. So it's because your intuition is trying to guide you into a completely new path. You're like ignoring it. So it's why not just view it as let's see how this goes. It's like trying on clothes at a grocery store. I'm just seeing how it looks on me. If I like it, I'll buy it. If I don't, I won't. So do what they're suggesting. You either like it or you don't. Just go on it. Going on one date with one person doesn't mean you have to like form a life with them, And it also indicates the need for like just serotonin and meditation in your life. It's gonna surprise you at how much happiness that peace brings you. Wow, I got to tell you right now, you're very likely not going to take any of the advice I gave you, Aries, because you got the Tower card as the outcome of this month. And you got like, You're just going to overwork yourself and exhaust yourself, Aries. In terms of your personal power, you got the Judgment card, which means like, well, let me pull some clarifying cards just. Yeah, so it's the Judgment card, which means like you do need to give your business like a second, your business or your work, career, whatever, okay? You need to give it like a second chance, but it's not just like a second chance, it's like a whole new approach. So it might feel even like a whole new business. And because it's clarified by the Eight of Earth, which is it's worth energy and effort. With Nine of Earth, which is the enjoy the little luxuries of life, which that means it's not like my husband took me to the best tea shop in town. It's the, man, I have a friend who came over and enjoyed tea with me. That felt so good. I'm so glad I have friends that like come over and do that. With the World card, showing that like this is the personal growth that you're on, whether you go through the personal growth right now, you wait a week, you wait a month, you wait a year, you wait 10 years. This is your next evolution, your next personal development milestone. You're going to learn this lesson one way or another, whether you do it now or later. And it's essentially, it's work is worth another chance, but you got to rework how you approach your work so that you actually enjoy it and you're fueled by something positive. I like contributing to people's lives. And if you're not a tarot reader, it's all about personal development and love, like the way I am, then it's like, I like entertaining people. I like popping off on people, because then you're going to go live with like, fuck yeah, who can I get in a fight with today? Instead of the, I got to prove those people, like, I got to prove those people wrong that I can make it. But like, you've already done that. You've exhausted that as a reason, as a why. So it's finding that new why, and it's something that you enjoy about what you do, whether it's because you can give to other people, and so that's if you choose that one, because I could give to other people, like my family, I could buy them cars, I can just make their life easier. If you still keep that fight energy, it's going to be, okay, I'll pay for your bills. Haha, I'm a good guy. I'm not paying them again. Instead of just embracing, wow, I have so much abundance that I can make their lives easier by doing this. And then every month, it's like, I do like that I can provide this peace of mind for them. It feels good. So it's just really about switching that fuel source for like relationships and business. In terms of outside influences right now, well, there's people around you who want to help you, but they don't have the skills and the knowledge to help you. So it's kind of like a, ha ha ha, thanks. You're just going to sit in the room and watch me though, because you don't really know anything. And it's almost like outside people laugh at you when you say you want to change. It's like, you're like, I don't know, man, maybe I gotta be nicer. Oh, ha ha, oh, ha ha, so-and-so. You're like, that's not you. You always like to pick fights. So it's kind of like outside people are like, just like laughing at you if you're suggesting that you maybe want to change a little bit, or if you could like want like help. Like let's say for like 2 years you've been paying for your sweet little girl's rent, that your sweet little daughter, or maybe a girl you're dating, and all of a sudden you're like, I actually would like to feel treated by her. So you suggest like, hey babe, do you think you could like take me out to dinner for once? I'd kind of like to see what that's like. And she laughs and goes, ha ha ha, no, that's not our arrangement. Like, are like, Dad, what? You always pay my rent. No. So it's kind of just outside people aren't really hearing you. But that's because you're not in authentic relationships right now. So of course the other ones aren't. It's not, if you're not allowing people to be them and you want that fight, then guess what happens? Like you're in relationship with people who also can't hear you when you want to speak. So in terms of your hopes or fear this month, there's a little bit of a hopes of fear of like I guess I've tapped out. I guess there's no other way to enjoy this fame and success that I have. I guess it was like a false start, thinking I could have love and business. It's just like I think this is as good as it gets. I've hit my peak. I've tapped out. It's kind of like a, damn, I passed up some opportunities when I was younger, and maybe I should have taken them, but now I'm like old. Like it's just this whole kind of not a fun headspace. And you're almost like giving up a little bit with how much your business can make. Your outcome is the Tower card. So I don't think you're going to take any of the advice I gave you or any of the advice your intuition is giving you. Can we have some clarifying cards on that one? Well, your tower moment's going to be about, I guess I'm never going to get my dream of like being on TV. I guess I thought I was on track to be on TV. I thought the seeds were all planted. I had to keep going. It's going to be those moments where you're like, what was all that for? Was it worth it? When you look back and go like, I manifested this, but like, was it worth it? And it's kind of like you're going to be shutting off and becoming a little bit more like logical about things. Like, no, I don't want to do that. Yes, I want to do that. Just leave me alone. Let me have my peace. Guys, isolating's never good. Well, I'm really sorry for this tower moment you are going to have, Aries. I hope you take my advice because I don't want you to have that tower moment. And have they peaked, Spirit? What if they? No, no, you have not. You're just in a headspace of where you think you have. And there is more money to make, but you're gonna need a business partner for that to happen. Maybe not a business partner, but like a community of people. You're just gonna need to surround yourself with people. And a two of water, you're gonna need to have like an up close and personal relationship in there. But it doesn't mean that you're gonna have to go through a lesson of like learning how to treat people better. And it's not even about swallowing pride. It's just like I'm in relationships in a different way now. And just like be the new you. There's nothing to necessarily apologize for or explain I've changed. It's just show up as the new person, you know? All right, good luck, Aries. If you'd like a personal reading, you could book one in the description down below, or you can come hang out with me live every Tuesday where I go live for free at 11 a.m. Eastern Time on Instagram and Facebook. Have a good month.